because it's very much about team fighting. It's very much about just pressing your R buttons and running into them, whereas on the side of JDG, it's way more about playing the map. You need to be a bit more calculated with it.
And see what kind of advantages that they can find with that TF and the support that you can get in those side lanes. So very different approaches, I feel like, to this first game for both of these teams.
Oh, you know the chains of corruption, we got the gold card, but you need to be very careful around that. Vision control is going to be key for JDG's composition, as they don't have too much disengage in their composition, whereas on the other side of LGD, still a lot of movement abilities to get out of there. So you can say that he knew he was going to be on towards the Gromp. He even has the vision, and now in the mid lane,
they found it. They found the gank. It's still the 2v2, but who's going to go down first? GA gets a beautiful haymaker, but it's not going to be enough. First blood goes over to Kanavi's Viego. He gets the resets, the face breaker, and that could be two. The burn, it's not going to be enough. Shadow outplays it by using his flash.
Yeah, most definitely could. You can see every member is already making their way towards up there, but with Destiny Gate available, I don't think they can do much.
I don't think Garvy's have much of a chance here. He's got 4 members on JDG. Just rack it up in the highlight reel. That's another kill for Kanavi.
To play, they need to be careful. You can take a look on towards the minimap. Both supports are already roaming up. They both want to fight for this one.
Garvey already took the fight. Kanavi has the flash. He gets Showstopper away from the fight, but Zoom has already killed Garvey, getting the needlework down. And yes, they do trade back. LGD do get their first kill, and it will go on to Kanavi, so a little bit of a shutdown there. But they take an overzealous play in front of the Rift Herald, and it's going to keep going. The Destiny's popped, and Shadow's in some trouble. He's behind the Rift Herald pit, and he just gets dragged down to the dirt by JDG.
Rift Herald does go over to LGD though, but I love the way JDG decided to pin out with that fight. They decided to stall it. They knew items are starting to come through, and as soon as they have, I think we could see more skirmishing. Oh no, topside skirmish again.
Shadow actually using the moonfall into Zoom. They just really want to get Zoom down and the shutdown over, and it will go over to Garvey, but JDG is right here. They got the Destiny Gate here as well as Kanavi. Kanavi's looking for a couple more kills. Give a 1, and Garvey's going to go down to Yagao. Another 2 quick kills for JDG.
They keep
far behind and sitting at 2,000 gold. Let's say you're still within striking distance of JDG as we're seeing a strike onto Yagao. The Solar Flare was used, but Kanavi is here to back him up. They're still committing onto Yagao, and that's a ton of damage. He finally goes down after all is said and done. Flash is coming out, and they also get Kanavi. LGD taking our words, bringing the team together, and picking up 2 quick kills. The Dragon started up. JDG are the first ones to really do some damage to it, getting about half health, so LGD want to commit here. The Destiny Gate is popped. The Dragon's resetting. LGD take that as a go button. Look at that moonfall from Shadow! But is it enough? Look at the carries. They're still alive. Loken is firing on the back, but you've got Shadow going forward. And LGD, it's so close, but it's Kramer via Yagao and Shadow. But can they get Yagao? One more yellow card, one phase shift forward, and LGD take the fight.
And going to be absolutely crucial because it allows yourself to just get in there in towards the enemy team without feeling too afraid of risking your life. So many spells off for everyone. They're just going to start.
They got Lumao already out of the fight. That's one of the major engages, and the Chains of Corruption used out of Loken. Destiny Gate comes out just to figure out the solid ground that JDG can stand on, but they're taking a 4v5 here, and it's into some trouble. They might just want to give over this Dragon. As they do, LGD move forward. GA goes in with the haymaker. You got the follow for Shadow. He goes gold at the last moment, but he is gonna die. LGD need to get out of this fight. Mark goes down next, but look at the resets. Look at the combo. GA is single-handedly bringing LGD to the front of the line.
A position where they looked overconfident finds a great fight once again, and it starts with this pick on towards the Rakan. Really nicely done here from the side of Billy Zinn.
And there's no pick out now. There's none of that peeling as much for JDG, and I love the idea that GA just says, we're going. And he brings everybody along in the backpack, and you see a lot of the re-engagements here, even Shadow getting a little bit overextended. But GA, with the re-engage here, with the damage done, look at that showstopper. It completely changes the fight, and LGD are able to pick off the rest of the members with Kramer almost at full health.
Yeah,
we got a fight coming back into live, though. JDG didn't like what I was saying, but they do also lose a member. They're kind of trading down here, but they have found the advantage, and they will also find Xie. They get the shutdowns they needed, they get the gold influx they needed, and a triple kill for the 11-3 Zoom Gwyn.
What just happened? We came out of a replay, and all of a sudden, it's just JDG back onto a fight. They're winning. No jungler alive, though. Remember that. So a steal could still come through from Kramer here. This is going to be a tense situation.
See if Kramer can do it. The miracle steal, the damage done with the mystic shots. Can he get it? No true shot barrage. He doesn't get it. He could also get caught out here, but not going to do so. Just have the phase shift away. The Baron is secured by JDG.
Because Zoom had put up the hollowed mist. I think we kind of see the replay coming through. They're actually setting up a little bit of a pick, and there you go. They play the map once again. They play around the vision pockets that they have created. And this is just JDG being really creative in a situation where they know they don't win out on full-on fight 5v5 situations. So they create themselves a man advantage. They play together with the Destiny Gate. And
items now as well, and it's something we really have to watch out for. Zoom, though, in some trouble. Let's see if that happens here, going on 4 items. He's taking some serious damage with him, but it does not matter. The Haymaker comes through, and that will be Xie picking up the kill.
Pickup is going to be crucial for them, and they've already started it here. Destiny Gate on towards the flank. He's trying to come from behind.
Nobody knows he's there. He gets the yellow card, and here comes JDG. Konami gets kicked away. There's a solar flare. It's not going to land on anybody. LGD looking to peel away, but they still got to deal with Lumao, and Shadow goes down first. This is going to be an all JDG fight, as they are not going to lose a single member up to this point, but that's 3 kills going over to them, and they're following up with more. Zoom really zooming forward. Almost going to die. Actually, Kramer gets the sniper shot onto Lumao. He's still surviving somehow, but finally dies to Konami's Viego. And JDG slammed the door shut for LGD in this game 1.
Yeah, you know, we just talked about it. They need to be creative about their engages. They will lose out on a full-on 5v5 just like this. But Yagao, Destiny Gate behind enemy lines, find the pick onto Shadow, forces the Sonya's Hourglass out, so you won't have to use that as an engage. Shadow still no cooldowns here. They could still not end this one. They're coming alive now.
Tower going down. Moonfall's huge from Shadow, but he just gets eliminated off of Summoner's Rift. They're going to look for some KDA plays, but Loken and Yagao know where the true prize lies. GA's trying to make his dangest impression of a carry potential, but that's game number 1 going over to JDG. And you also have a bit of a wonky combo there with the Ezreal Tahm Kench. Typically, you're taking the Tahm Kench with very non-mobile ADCs. Ezreal is definitely not the...
Who's going to find the execution, and obviously the execution is just going to be that much easier if you have the items to facilitate a lead.
As we do get onto the Rift, the second time of the...
What a curious combo. What a curious game we've got in front of ourselves right now. Ezreal,
I'm very
so
interested at the way. No, you're totally good. LGD's combo.
Zoom though, he's a bit more HP here. There's TP that can come in to join.
Oh, Shadow cleanly helps his top laner get the kill onto Zoom. Yagao has TP'd and gets the flash out of Shadow. So they get first blood, and Shadow is able to get that early game aggression that we were talking about. Looking for the first tower in top lane with this Rift Herald. That first dragon goes over to JDG.
That's the thing, but right now giving over 1 Drake for first tower as LGD, you're quite happy about that one. But you can see JDG, they want to cross map it. Right now, Kanavi's lurking around the mid lane. He's looking for Xie.
Because nobody's really been able to touch them so far. But here we go. Touch them indeed is going to be the Moonfall from Shadow. Can they get the sustain down, though? Lumao with the Dawning Shadow flash. He gets out just by a little bit, but he dies to the Ezreal. That's Kramer picking up a double kill, just like he left off in game number 1.
Spawns, they're all resetting now, and with this replay to come through, Shadow, immense amount of damage that gets picked up by Kramer afterwards.
And there's a ton of sustain that's coming through from this combo, but it's just not enough when you got all the burst damage from Shadow as well as the follow-up sustain damage from Kramer on the Ezreal. Soul, you're looking for that later scaling, but now JDG have been caught. Lumao has gotten moonfalled here by Shadow. He's going to find the kill as well with the Heartbreaker, and that is huge. The maximum range from Xie on the Viego, stealing the soul of the Senna and able to get another kill. It's 5-0 for LGD, and it's night and day from game 1.
And in contrast to the other game here, it's actually them stepping up, and I think it comes down to it's harder for JDG to play the map now. It's harder for them to take these team fights.
Shadow, he's always waiting in the bushes, but can they get the follow-up there? Shadow gets gobbled up and right back into the fight. Lumao gets sniped by Kramer, who is just having a monstrous performance on this Ezreal, as GA was in bot lane, putting some pressure there onto Yagao. Mid lane will fall. The outer tower goes down to LGD.
I never thought I was going to say this about Kramer, but really excellent positioning on the Ezreal here. He's in such a good position for the Mystic Shot, Arcane Ship not being used recklessly, and it's just great to see him pick up these kills so easily. It looks almost flawless. Skill top laner does still have the advantage, but for Fairness, he doesn't need to play for himself, he needs to play for the lanes.
Shadow just going for it every chance he gets. Lumao over the edge isn't going to find what they wanted, at least the slows there, but Zoom goes in with the Sonic Wave. Getting fun to follow up here. JDG just chased down LGD, and that whole time it felt like LGD didn't know if they wanted to stay or go.
Once again, we need to take a look on towards the engagers. Shadow, CA onto the Viego, and obviously Fairness on the set is going to be pivotal for this fight.
Shadow's incoming, but the Dragon already goes down. LGD decide to opt out of the fight, but maybe want to follow it up afterwards here as Yagao gets caught, maybe overextending himself a little bit, and that's going to be a big move ball. Shadow finds the engage, and again, the showstopper as well from Fairness as they get 2 kills, but JDG wants to turn it around. Yagao is caught by himself, Kanavi all by himself, and JDG are routed by LGD.
Here for LGD really found that perfect engage for them.
All right, JDG making their faces shown here in the Baron pit. Baron 5,000 health. LGD want to focus it down, but they're kind of pulling out of the pit now. They still do have Shadow in there. Kanavi over the back. Kanavi kills the Baron. The fight afterwards as well. They've already found one, but LGD are wanting to take it. They have the damage here, but Yagao and company blow up Fairness. He is no longer your front line. GA is going to get engaged on by Zoom. Kramer all by himself here. Yagao going over, not going to follow the Sonic Wave from Zoom as JDG get out with the Baron.
And you can clearly tell LGD had the game plan to stop Kanavi going in there. Oh,
what is
watch
he
out
doing?
here.
He's taking a 2v1. He don't even care. Perfect execution comes out. The beautiful piercing light saves the day from Lumao, who's having a heck of a game on the Senna. They can't find the kills. A sliver of health left for GA, but they do not get it. They just keep the pressure up for JDG.
Yeah, and you know, despite them getting Baron, they're just even now. They're still looking for fight.
They are, and they found a Shadow with a big moonfall, but he's all by his lonesome against 2 members. And that's going to be the second pickup of a kill for Lumao. But they have also found Loken, who should not be where he is, but ends up finding himself there anyways. Buying some time, but it won't matter. GA gets the kill.
Yeah, his ultimate is supposed to hit people in a linear line. So that's kind of what you want to say this way as JDG right now. They're just starting a fight around the red buff.
Take a fight over the red buff up here. Kanavi's almost half health. The moonfall comes down, but it doesn't get who you wanted it to. Look at the flank from GA though. JDG moving forward. They found the kick. They found the damage. And GA is not in the fight yet, but they have everybody they need to. GA has found Lumao, but Lumao gets gobbled up there. Kanavi goes down first to Fairness, and LGD are just using their composition, their positioning to take it to JDG. The resets are coming through, and we're seeing the final chase down of Yagao. If LGD can get this, that will be an ace to the team, and they will have completely and solidly taken control of this game.
Yeah, they're trying to chase him down, but it's only 20-second death timers. They can't end the game here. They'll have to go for the Baron instead. But we just talked about it. You need to come from multiple flanks, but you were all grouped up around the red buff. It was easy for Fairness to get a good ultimate down. It was easy for Shea to find an entrance towards the flank, because he was just coming from the mid lane this time around. And Shadow as well, they tried to stall out the moonfall. Yes, he didn't hit too many members, but still, it's the fact you're playing into LGD's hand. They win the team fight, and they pick up the Baron. And here we go. Look how grouped they are around here. Look how easy it is for LGD to play this one. Shadow does get stunned. If he found his ultimate, this could have been a way easier fight for them. But fact is, this time around, JDG are already 2 poked out. It's hard for them to find a proper team fight now.
And Kramer beautifully arcane shifts on the other side of the Dragon Rage kick, and being able to get away from that one is huge, because if not, it would have been kicked right back into the rest of the team. That's what JDG wanted. But plans go a bit awry for JDG, and the sustained team fight potential is baiting the fight here. They have Shadow in the pit, but everybody else is looking for the picks here. JDG moved back to the mid lane, so too does LGD. They have a couple members still looking and pinging at the Baron, as we're actually just getting backs coming through because they have to, JDG have to defend their base against the super minions, which means a free Baron over to LGD.
It most definitely is. Inhibitor in the bot side should be respawning in just a few minutes, but there we go. It looks like they want to get the soul as well. Zoom is off to a flank, but he's already spotted out here.
He has to be really careful. Has to use the ward jump to get out of there. They're now committing a TP as Yagao in the middle of a 1v4 all of a sudden. Didn't really expect the rest of the team to be there, but he has found LGD. Maybe not to his liking. He still survives but goes down. Now the reset's coming through for GA. He is now the Akali. Look at the move ball in the back though. Logan is just going to be targeted down. The beautiful face breaker into the haymaker for Fearness. That is a full team wipe. That's an ace, and LGD have claimed game number 2.
We talked about it. They made their adaptations. They found their early game lead. They found their way back into this game through some great setup and the team fighting. LGD should be taking us to game 3 on towards this push.
They've got a couple structures left in their way, but game 1 is an afterthought. Game 2, all LGD as they take us the distance in this wonderful day of games. And potential for the CC chains. On the other side though, JDG got that rise for the mid lane for Yagao, something we've been seeing rising in priority at least across worldwide, and especially here for Yagao it's going to feel really nice because you're also pairing it up with Lumao's Greg.
I can just play towards left side. Now Kanavi, we talked about we wanted early pressure. He's out to get it.
And I said, you know, Kanavi has really good pathing knowledge of Shadow, but Shadow's a bear and he's in the jungle. He's in his home. And you got to be really careful. The skirmishing definitely coming out in favor of Shadow as Kanavi and Zoom might get away. Fearness might be in some trouble here himself. I thought maybe Kanavi would come up to help, but not going to do so. Just pathing out of the jungle. And again, another good look early on for both of these junglers as Xie is going to be forced to back under tower.
A team that's responding with either just giving it over or with a contestation for themselves.
And GA is having such a hard time dealing with Yagao's rise here. You see, almost just dies outright. Almost dies the auto attack as well. Yagao has the rest of his team here as Mark comes into the lane. It's a bit of a supportal gank, but GA is having really, really tough times dealing with the rise, and they've got to find a way to stop that. The dredge line comes in on Yagao. They have to re-engage. Their Shadows now in the fight, but they're getting the TPs in as well, and they're going for the fight. Kanavi is overextended. Kanavi goes down. Kramer gets the kill. They get the return. Lumao gets 1. Do they get Shadow as well? The reset's now coming in, and that will be Zoom being able to pick up that one as well. A fight just yet that they are starting, right? They want LGD to move in so they can choose how they want to approach it, but LGD move in and just take the Rift Herald. They find the engagement as well. Lumao's just dead.
Okay, so I like the setup from JDG because they forced them to either you just go into this issue.
I don't know how we got that to work out, but Yagao is going to wish it didn't because he's got Shadow and GA taking him down here. He's going to buy a lot of time, but it doesn't matter. The Stormbringer stops the tower and he goes down.
Yeah, mid lane though is going to get dived under here instead with Shelly, and you can see up towards the top side of the map, Fearness respected that a potential dive could happen. He backed up. When JDD saw that, they're like, alright, we're just going to be using the Rift Herald in the mid lane. But Yagao, a bit overextended by staying on the tower. That was essentially already lost when you saw Shadow put the range.
Well, JDG, see what happens. They saw Shadow on the bot side. They're like, no, you messed up. We're going to start the Baron. TPs are coming down, but it's Zoom joining the fight to try and keep some of the pressure off of the Baron take. JDG actually are going to pull out of the Baron pit. The re-engage from Mark, maybe. Yeah, I was going to say that was a mistake. He's going to flash away, and you're getting a lot of poke. Kramer getting a 4-man True Shot barrage. There's the Realm Warp to get most of JDG back to the mid lane. And after a lot of shenanigans, craziness with movement, JDG make it out of the Baron pit alive. Take this fight, but they're going to move into the river anyways because they want to make sure. GA on the flank here, going to find Zoom, but the Dragon's already about halfway down and already going to go down to Kanavi, but LGD want to take the fight afterwards. Got a 1v1 on the side, but the Wombo combo's coming through, and JDG's help.
And there we go, finally a fight for LGD going on.
Oh, there's a will, there's a way. I don't know if Kanavi's got either of those here, as Dragon or Baron about 5,000 health. Zoom is now in front of the pit. Does have his shadows, his mist here. Loken actually gets engaged back on. Kanavi gets the dredge line, and the Baron already goes down. Shie is looking to blow him up, and he does. Kanavi's gone. And they are able to find it after the Baron. They get everything, and they get to eat their cake too. Here comes the Realm Warp. Yagao joining the fight. They want to take it. This is a 4v5, but JDG are opting into it anyways, and that was a mistake as they're losing everybody. And the fact that GA is on 10 stacks of the Dark Seal right now, LGD have taken control of this game.
2 items onto Akali, that's what it looks like in this meta, and when your carry is an AD carry, then it's easy for the team comp of LGD to lock that down. Mark with the point and click ultimate on towards Logan, Shie with the follow-up, and Kramer once again with the reliable damage in the background. We start all the way back at the Drake, it seems like.
We're going to see the bit of a 1v1 on the side between GA and Zoom. Zoom gets out with the Heartbreak, but then the re-engage here and the perfect execution to join the fight by GA. They just have the numbers advantage, and they pick apart JDG, which has been the way they've won these fights over and over again. And then we get the fight in front of the Baron pit where Kanavi just gets dragged out.
And you know, they finally seemed like they had a better setup this time around. 3 members on towards the Baron, 2 members stopping whoever wanted to go in, and then JDG kind of just goes for a bit of an overextension here. They're still down at a man advantage. They're still playing against Baron, and it's just not helping their situation.
We were saying about at 403 is on the power spikes you need to be, has a lot of defensive tools, but a lot of damage to follow it up. And you see JDG are a bit scared to deal with that as they're getting engaged on under tower here in the bottom inhib tower. And that's a huge haymaker. JDG are trying to pull away, but that's a 4-man true shot barrage from Kramer, and he's still untouched in the back line. Yes, you're going to get some damage down onto him now, but your entire team is gone. That's another ace, and LGD have done it. They have taken the fight they needed to against JDG, and they're going to push for the win, Goldberg.
Yeah, we always talked about LGD. They're just an early game team. They always struggle in the mid game. They're not able to find their leads, but not this time around. This time around, they finally find a team fight. They found game 2, and now they finally find their game 3 and the series here.
What a series from LGD. They're dragging JDG right back to them. And a heck of a performance from Shadow, from Kramer, from GA, and even from Fearness to come in and help out with Mark to make sure they can get the kills where they needed to. And honestly, just take